Welcome to the Glenn Beck program. Tonight we got a lot to do, so let's get started. I have some news for you from Time Magazine's Joe Klein. Here it is. You're stupid. What? Hello, America. Joe Klein from Time Magazine. I love him. He just wants to help us out because we're just too dumb. A posting from Joe Klein in Time caught my eye yesterday. And here's really in a nutshell, again, you're a dumb dummy. Now, normally I'd be offended, but he knows. Not only did Joe attend an Ivy League school, wait a minute, is that right? The University of Pennsylvania? That's not an Ivy League school. That's the trailer trash of Ivy League schools. You really think so? I mean, it's like a double wide, you know what I'm saying? But not only did he attend Penn, he's also a member of the CFR. Oh, there goes Glenn again, getting into conspiracies. Nope, no conspiracy here. He's just a member of CFR. That's the Council of Foreign Relations. Let me tell you a little bit about them. This is an institution that originated from a group of academics and professionals who participated in the so-called inquiry in Paris. They sought to offer advice to the progressive Woodrow Wilson. Among its members, Walter Lippmann. I love this man. He studied in journalism schools. He's a hero of journalism. He founded a socialist club in college whose ideas were influential in crafting the Treaty of Versailles, and we all know how that ended. Oh, so well. And according to Joseph Goebbels, the people who taught the Nazis, yeah, who, by the way, the Nazis grew out of the Treaty of Versailles. That's weird. Anyway, Goebbels says in his diaries, everything they needed to know about propaganda came from the progressives here in the United States. Anyway, so Joe Klein, he's hanging out with these progressive people, and he says, you're just stupid. According to Time's Joe Klein, why? Well, for one thing, you don't think the stimulus money was well spent. I know. What a moron, right? But Joe corrected your incredible stupidity on the issue, and here's what he said. Absolutely amazing poll results from CNN today about $787 billion in stimulus. Nearly 3 out of 4 Americans think the money was wasted. On second thought, they may be right. It was wasted on them. Indeed, the largest single item in the package, $288 billion, is tax relief for 95% of the American public. This money is that magical $60 or $80 per month that you've been finding in your paycheck since last spring. Not life-changing amount, but helpful in paying the bills. Oh, thanks for talking down to us, Joe. Not life-changing? No kidding. The only thing is, Joe, not only is it not life-changing, but about 15 million people are going to find out on April 15th that they have to pay some or maybe all of that magic money they got from Obama back to the government. Joe wasn't finished showing how important and smart he is and how silly and stupid us little people are. The next highest amount was $275 billion in grants and loans to the states. This is why your child's teacher wasn't laid off and why the fire station has remained open and goes woo, 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 and why you're not paying even higher state and local taxes to close the local budget hole. Oh, I guess Joe knows that all of our teachers were about to be laid off. All of them. Maybe all of the nation's school superintendents report directly to Joe Klein at Time Magazine. I don't know how the phones work, because this one never does. Maybe Joe Klein could explain how that magic voice could come out of this end and I can talk into this end. Are there little people that live in this phone? However, he did find out, Joe, of course, is exactly right, that that's where we'd make our cuts first. Our children's teachers. because we couldn't care less about our children's education. Obviously, that's how we all got so dumb. And then, bam, after that, we dump all the fire department people. Yeah, so our homes could burn down to the ground, and we'd have a little cup, and we'd stand and go, "Oh, why is our house burning down? Did the sun crash into it?" But Joe, I'd be disappointed. In fact, I am a little disappointed in you that you didn't throw in the fact that every last police officer also would have been fired if it wasn't for that stimulus money. They'd all be gone. We would have locked up your garbage man by now, and of course your mailman. I'm sorry, I've got a drinking problem, because not only we can't afford their families or their salaries, but garbage people, we shouldn't even afford to keep them alive anymore. Please. Thank you. I'm sure glad that Joe had the time to figure all this out. I'm sure he's so much like the working man that he enjoys a nice Chateaubriand in the afternoon, as a snack. I'm glad he's reminded us how teachers are always the first to go, because that's who we are. We couldn't possibly cut any of the programs that we're currently dumping stupid money into it. No. There's not a single frivolous welfare program or acorn fund we could possibly cut. No, we must fire all the teachers. There's absolutely no fraud going on with any of our social engineering programs. Wow, what an efficient machine big government really is. It's almost humbling. And we've never wasted a cent of that stimulus money that we've spent so far either. For instance, the Florida Department of Transportation, they received $3.4 million to create an eco passage. I forgot, I'm talking to you. Let me explain it to the dummies in America. It's an underground tunnel for turtles and other wildlife in Lake Jackson, Florida. That's along US 27. US 27, that's a road. That's smart. That's essential. Turtles can go underneath the highway. And if you don't think so, you are just too stupid to understand good fiscal policy or turtle tunnels. Hello, you state school techie dropout. Please, go ahead and condone the continued turtleicide that's been happening in Florida. Oh, yeah. Oh, and next I'm going to hear, the $650 million for digital TV upgrades. Don't even start with me, America. That was brilliant. That was necessary. Digital TV, a God-given right for every American, and all of us intellectuals know. Of course, then there was that $3.4 billion in carbon capturing contest. Oh, that was great. I'm not sure. I think that was hosted by Howie Mandel. It featured 30 leggy spokesmodels in miniskirts holding suitcases. Wouldn't that be dreamy? Plus, only the most idiotic of people would think that Montana's state-run liquor warehouse didn't need a $2.2 million skylight. Please, there's no wasted money there. Do you know how hard it is, to be in the French wine section? Before the installation of those beautiful skylights. How is someone like Joe Klein going to decide, should I have the 1787 Chateau Lafite Rothschilds or the 1945 Chateau Mouton Rothschild? 1787, sure, it was an ample rainy year, but in 45, the grapes survived some slight overcropping to become, dare I say it, opulent, yet not overly ostentatious. But this I do know. You can't decide between the two wines with bad lighting. And now there's so much natural light over the Cabernet Sauvignon. It's beautiful. Or as sophisticates like Joe might say, it's added a certain je ne sais quoi. You know what I'm saying? You, the American people, on the other hand, why don't you just drink box wine? Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill for everybody. So domestic discretionary spending increased from double digits in 2008 to 2009. But, dummy, did you hear? they're going to freeze spending. Think of all the money we saved. Wait a minute. They doubled the spending. Now they're going to freeze it. You shouldn't participate in the process. Please, the elites are here to save the day, and they don't even really want to talk to you in the town hall meetings. In fact, here's a list of all the people who either refused to hold town hall meetings or conducted them only